This club's about winning trophies. I'm inexperienced in a lot of those things.
3-0. Can you believe it?
Almost lost the cup and you win it. The new European champions, the treble, the dream come true for you.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to the American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we are bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Ooh, sir. How you doing? How you doing? We woke up early for it, but it was well worth it. United battle back at Goodison against Everton. Big flying, high flying Blues. Everyone's talking about him, but Bruno Fernandes. Whew, what a player we have. Battling. Player of the game. Huge win, 3-1. How you feeling?
Player of the game, a.k.a. man of the match, Bruno Fernandes. What a performance, sir. Captain him on my fantasy
Who else?
Team in the American Red Devils Fantasy League. Still fighting up that table, sir. It's been a rough run in fantasy.
It's been a rough run in fantasy. It's been a rough run in the league for United, but just like my fantasy performance, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. We're saying the same for Ole. This is a big win. It's going to buy a lot of positive sentiment headed into the international break, which is exactly what the team needs. They're still very much in the hunt. If you look at the table, we'll talk about it after we break down the game, but it's a big win. It's a big win on the road, especially after going down to a decent Everton side. They were up for a fight today, but United grinded it out, getting a good win on the road. And Edinson Cavani with his first goal as number 7.
Look, Ole back against the wall, you can bet it. I mean, anytime he's down for the count, he has a must-win game, jobs on the line, allegedly. Looking at you, Neil Ashton. He pulls it out. And the players fought for Ole today. I think that's the one key takeaway. It was a tough turnaround given we were at Istanbul on Wednesday, have to come back, play early Saturday. Ole did mention that later in the press conference, but the boys fought. And when Bruno's playing well and he's up for a game, we look to be able to beat anyone at the moment, sir. I mean, Bruno hadn't looked good, and then all of a sudden he turns it on today, gets the 2 goals and an assist, and we're back, baby.
Yeah, people might be saying we're back, baby, but the question is, people are talking about getting rid of Ole because of this game. They would have done so because he lost the dressing room. The performance you saw of this team today battling, he has not lost any dressing room that I've seen, especially with those starting 11 that showed up today. Bruno, Rashford, McTominay, Fred, Maguire, Lindelof, they all put in a shift. Luke Shaw before he went down injured. So good team performance, standout performance, of course, from Bruno Fernandes. Just like, putting the team on his shoulders. You can see how much it meant to him, but great win. Feeling good. Feeling good, sir.
Yeah, but the one critique of Ole that you could probably make is I don't think he's necessarily rotated too well over the tight fixtures. I think the Fred McTominay overuse. I think there's a lot of Bruno overuse. You have Donny, bring him in a little more often. I think Ole can learn as a manager. It's still an unprecedented season. Tons of fixtures coming tight and fast. There's no excuse. Manchester United fans have high expectations. We should be winning much more. But when you get the best out of Bruno, we win. I mean, you look at the 4-2-3-1. He went back to basics today, put Fred and McTominay behind him. I don't know why we didn't do that against Arsenal. I think we got a little too cheeky. Ole needs to go back to basics. How did we play best last season? What was it? Matic, Fred midfield, or Matic, Pogba midfield with Bruno in the hole. You could put Donny in there as well. I think there's a lot of flexibility in midfield, and Ole should be improving his rotation coming back from international break.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. He's a young manager. He's continuing to learn on the job. He's a more knowledgeable manager now than he was a year ago at Manchester United. So continue to have to rely on his ability to rotate the squad. He's always had some issues with that. I think the double sub with bringing on Cavani and Pogba, team money as you coined it. I like that. Probably should have been earlier. He's shown that sometimes he's got to make decisions a little earlier, but he's getting better. And something about going back to basics, man. Fred McTominay looked like a hell of a midfield playing behind Bruno Fernandes, closing down everything. Fred looking just like a hell of a player. Just something that just like shuts things down and has a unbelievable work rate and is a Ole player through and through.
Look, after the first goal, it was a low. I mean, you have this run coming in. You can see it early at Goodison Park, especially to Bernardo. I mean, like, come on. It was a tough look, but we did fight. And you're going to need to fight, and hopefully we can kick on from here. Sir, there's never been a better time to win big before international break. There's never a better time to lose big before international break. So as long as we come out of this, We have a ton of fixtures. December, it's all on the line. If Ole is going to keep his job, it's going to be through December, because we'll get to those fixtures a little later, but it is a tight fixture list for December, sir.
It is, and it's been tight up until now, but this is a good win of about a team that like everybody was talking up, right? Big things that they're going to win the league. Obviously, there's a lot of season left to go, but it was an important win in the league. It was an important win on the road. United have looked very good on the road, especially in the league, so it's a big one. We're back, we're back in the thick of things. We're 6 points off the top of the table right now as it stands, so a lot of season left, and you're right. It's an important timing of the win, because heading into the international break, positivity is going to be, all around, sir.
Quick PSA for the podcast. You can support us on Patreon. American Devils is for fans, by fans. We want to be directly supported by you, the Manchester United fans, because that is the way we stay independent. We don't have any special interests controlling things behind the scenes. It's just me and Alex. We do everything. Social media, merch, we design ourselves, sir. Pod Bunker, somehow we figured out how to make the audio work, although we are not audio engineers, sir. We just YouTube everything, pull it together by the seat of our pants. You can support us if you want to give us a little bit of cash, help us keep the lights on here in the bunker. www.patreon.com/americanreddevils. There's 4 different tiers. You can donate anything from $1 a month to up to $20 a month. Different benefits, scarves, pins, stickers as well. And it's a great way to support the podcast. And shout out to our new Stretford End supporter, Charlie Ferris. Always brings the hot banter on Twitter and Discord. Appreciate you, Charlie. Top American Red Devil. And if you aren't a fan of Patreon, there's different ways you can support us. Check out our blog, www.americanreddevils.com. We have great fan content, and we have some merch if you click on store. Scarves, sir. We got the hashtag Glazers Out scarf, #1 selling item in our store, sir. Absolutely love that we're getting that green and gold out there. If you can't part with some cold earned cash, drop a review on iTunes, 5 stars, sir. You know the drill.
5-star reviews, the cheekier the better. Check out the blog, like John mentioned, and we are continually and always looking for contributors. If you have any interest in being a regular contributor for the blog, hit us up at americanreddevils.gmail.com and talk to us. We are always looking for fans, by fans kind of perspective. That's what we're all about, sir.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to build here, a platform for fans in the United States. We don't think we're always right. We definitely know NBC is always wrong, and we think a fan-owned fan forum is what we need in the United States and worldwide, because the fan perspective is what's important, sir. The Glazers, Woodward, all that stuff, they have their tentacles all in the press feeding us lies, and you just got to cut through it, sir. A few conspiracy theories here, a few conspiracy theories there.
And also, the more you watch NBC Sports, the more you realize that like we need each other, Manchester United fans,
Yeah.
because it's our us against the world. It always has been, especially now in the post-Fergie era. NBC Sports thinks they can just like go buck wild against anti-United agenda, and we have to stand up for ourselves as the greatest club in the history of clubs. So this is they forget who we are. They forget who defined the Premier League era. It is Manchester United.
No, it absolutely is, and it's one of those things where it doesn't make any sense. It's almost like the Premier League started when NBC got the TV rights, and they don't give us the credit for the history of this great club. If you watch the UK, there's a little more, I think, hated, adored, never ignored. Like, people are talking about United more, but I think NBC just doesn't get it, or the coverage that we're currently seeing. And then we want to switch to Telemundo, but then Telemundo's not there. Seems like they're hot to trot. Maybe they're listening to the pod. They know we're watching Telemundo feed, so they're taking it off cable TV. What do you think?
I think everybody was watching it on Telemundo, and then they got wise to that, so it was drying up the Peacock Premium cash flow. So maybe they shut that down. I was enjoying the not the Peacock, the Telemundo. It's way better than NBC Sports.
Telemundo,
it can't even listen to it. It's unbelievable, sir.
The one thing about Manchester United, like you said, it's like we need each other, because you look at the rags, the headlines, slating the coach, slating the team, United's done, and it's like it's never as bad as the rags say, but it's like we need that fan perspective, and that's why it's important, and that's why I believe in this podcast, the blog, and everything, sir. But we got a match. Let's jump in. It's easy to break down a 4:30 a.m. match when you win. Everton 1, Manchester United 3 at Goodison Park. That lineup, Dave says, world number 1 in net, Luke Shaw, the impossible meat pie, Maguire Lindelof, center back pairing, Obi-Wan, Buzzsaka at right back, Fred McTominay, midfield, Rashford on the left, Bruno at number 10, Mata on the right, and Tony Martial came from France, is back in after that terrible red card against that Tottenham match. Can you believe he's been out that long? Maybe that's the reason, sir. We've been struggling.
Feels like an eternity. When I saw this formation come out this morning, don't remember what I thought, sir, because it was so early. I don't know if I was thinking straight. But part of me thought, going back to basics, right? McTominay and Fred in the midfield. I like the Bruno Mata pairing. Didn't really work that well midweek, but I respect the fact that he went back to it. And then Martial and Rashford up front. Why not? Let's have a go at it. Go for the win. I like the formation.
Yeah, Mata's looked good in the E-Pill on the right. I thought that was a good start from him. I do like the 2. Put Bruno at 10. We've looked best in this formation. Back to basics for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I thought, we got to win. This was a coin flip. As a fan, I just got my coffee thinking about this match, and it really was a coin flip going in.
It was, especially, the opening blows of it. It was a little cagey, and then it would open up, and both teams looked like they could be exposed at times. Both teams looked like they had a lethal punch in them. It was just about taking your chances, and United, we took our chances.
First half, United much more intent than midweek. I thought we came out with that energy we needed, sir. That mentality. And the 16th minute from United corner, Fred finds Martial free after a poor Everton clearance. His shot went just wide. But, sir, despite our early start in the 19th minute.
Calvert-Lewin's flick. Bernard has found the bottom corner, and Everton have found the lead. Delicate little finish, but a goal that may mean much.
I think it was very clever of Bernard, because I think everybody was anticipating he was going to go to the far corner. And Everton have been good at doing this. We haven't seen much of it, but they have had support up there for Calvert-Lewin. And it's just one of those where he deceived De Gea by making him think that he might try and open his body up and hit it around.
Goal kick to the, I'm going to say a Mighty Mouse. Bernard kind of scuffed it, goes in, beats De Gea again. Maybe set it up well. I don't know. Tough goal to start.
There's 3 culpable players. Like Lindelof got beat aerially. AWB should have gotten a block or a tackle in. He's certainly a lot better than Bernard. I like that you added Bernardo at the beginning of the pod. You gave him a little credit. I don't even know if he deserves the O with Bernardo.
Yeah, I messed that up.
And then De Gea, that's probably usually getting saved by De Gea. It wasn't much power in the shot. Like you said, it was a bit of a scuff. But it woke the team up. It wasn't a great goal to give up, sir, though.
We have twitched our ass on the bench. Do you understand what I mean?
Sir,
Do you? I do.
We were on the bench. We were on the couch, and I would say this is one of those where we were. Down 1, Everton. I think you and me started chirping each other back and forth. It kind of starts where we're like up at 4:30. There's a goal that goes in. And, it's just kind of this is going to be another, shit match. And we're just kind of like chirping each other. Look, thank God we didn't have to wait long in the 25th minute, sir.
Fred. Mata. Rashford. Mata. Shaw. Smashing header, prompt and much needed Manchester United equaliser. Sweet red relief.
Look, Bruno. Amazing cross from Luke Shaw, great team goal. We didn't freak out. We tightened the screws. Shaw gets it on the left-hand side. Amazing cross. And Bruno Fernandes, towering header in the box. Despite being, 5'9".
And you want to see a team respond, a team fighting for their manager. Nice response from Manchester United, proving that intent of wanting to get back in the game right away, pushing forward, and against an organized defense as well. So just like tidy play, good ball in from Luke Shaw, and a great finish. Great movement in the box, like a striker's finish from Bruno Fernandes. Just clinical.
Brave header as well. He went in hard, Great finish. That's what you expect from, my captain, sir. Maybe not the team's captain, but he's my captain. 28th minute. Now Everton on the break. Digne goes on goal and slams a shot against the bar. I mean, this one was close.
It was. They were on the break. He probably had a better chance if he squared it, but he slammed against the bar trying to, beat De Gea near post.
He had DCL in the middle of the net. He wanted it.
Who's in form,
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be missing it. So this is an open game for sure.
Back and forth stuff. 32nd minute.
Meetings. Rashford. Fernandes. Rashford! Whether or not he got a flick matters little. Manchester United have a lead. They can dispute ownership of the goal, but Everton slumped shoulders.
Who got it,
Tell
sir?
you all you really need to know.
Who do you think?
I mean, I thought Rashford had a touch. You thought Rashford had a touch. It looks like Rashford missed it, but it comes off the post and in. Bruno Fernandes, 2 goals, a brace. And, sir, he looks good in the red and black. The red shirt, black shorts, Bruno.
So our best signing we made since RVP. What a pass from Fred, actually. Between the lines. I've been critical of his ability to make those passes, but it was a big one. And Bruno, maybe it was the assist on the post. Post scored the goal, but it was a great goal from Bruno. Great team goal. And just dude, talk about intent and turning the game around quickly.
Sir, that was the first half. Everton get a goal. We pin 2 back, make it look easy. Little tangent here. Why couldn't we do that against Istanbul?
I don't know. Back
Everton's
against the
better,
wall,
right?
Everton are better, but different setup, different lineup, different circumstances, different context, different game,
different weather, different air.
You're in UK,
different
right?
place.
Yeah, you're not in Turkey. You woke up on your own pillow, maybe.
Sir, anybody, anywhere, anytime.
Any given Sunday.
That is what we need to be doing. I was confident we'd pin it back against Istanbul, and look, it wasn't our day, but today. The lads had a different pep in their step, and you love to see it United. Consistency is key going forward for Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I hope to see more of it like today. Second half, Everton come out with a fight, sir. This was interesting. Ben Dope breaks stuff from Manchester United here. I was nervous coming out early second half.
I was, but you know what I want to talk about, after we talked about the 32nd minute goal, United did look, it was open at points, but we looked pretty much in control. I felt more confident than I have felt just because the team was fighting for every ball. It was a it was like a cheeky game in terms of there were a lot of yellow cards, a lot of tackles.
Yep.
Arguably could have been a red card or two.
Got chippy.
We'll talk about Pickford, but the United team seemed like they were just grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck and holding on to it, which I just want to call out as we get into that second half, sir, is that United look up to the task.
60th minute, United free kick. Pickford bundles the ball, kind of his MO. Then Maguire tried to sort of knee the ball, but then Pickford just does a kick straight to the body. VAR checks, no penalty, sir. I gotta say, LVG called it right.
And only in sex masochism, then it is allowed.
LG, he's good for one thing, he's good for a laugh.
UFC or sex masochism, kick to the body like that is allowed. Not allowed in the box. And Maguire going for goal, clear pen for me. I mean, that's just, you have to call that a penalty because of what he did to Van Dijk, and he's doing it again to Harry Maguire, and he's kind of reckless. It was a reckless, rash move by Jordan Pickford. I think that is a pen.
Well, he should have seen red against Van Dijk, and he should have seen red against Van Dijk after the fact, because they should have caught the fact that it was such an egregious tackle. And today was more sloppy. I'm not going to talk about it too much because we won the game, and that's sour grapes. But this was I've seen that given as a penalty, right?
Look, it probably, at the end of the day, I do probably agree with the call, but it's just because Pickford wasn't punished for Van Dijk that you almost need to say, hey, man, you
chill out.
Easy with the karate in the box with center backs. It's he's getting a little.
You put out one guy already for 2 years, and you're going at the other $80 million center back.
He didn't get the ball just to the gut. But Maguire, sir, made of stone. He can handle it. Like I said, those thick Sheffield United bones.
I mean, he had a great. Speaking of which, he had a hell of a game today. Him and Lindelof. Lindelof got beat in the first goal on the header, but otherwise, I think both were very solid today. Solid defensive performance in the lads.
And speaking of solid defensive performance, 63rd minute, Maguire with a clattering Old English tackle. Sir, have a dark ale for Harry Maguire. Everton are whinging for the penalty. Like the tackles against Digne, got all ball. All ball, baby. All ball. That's all I got to say. Train's coming through, get off the tracks. You don't want a piece of Maguire. Don't go for it.
Even 10 years ago, all they would have said was nice tackle. Nice, strong tackle. It's like now it's... I'll tell you what, NBC Sports is talking about this as a penalty.
Sir, I mean, this is when the Pickford one, there's like nothing doing.
Nothing.
And then Maguire gets all ball, great challenge. And then they're like saying had bad intent, got some of the man. I don't know. The bias against Manchester United is huge, and it comes through the commentary. It's something that needs to be addressed, but who's going to speak up? Who's going to speak up for the fans? I think we will. Against the big NBC, who are you, sir? We're the media empire here, American Red Devils.
Sir, speaking for the fans.
Speaking for
True
the
voice
fans.
of the fans.
74th minute, Maguire with some more superb defending after Mata goes close at the other end. Look, this was end-to-end at this point. Bend don't break. Thankfully, Everton didn't have too many chances. I actually skipped over the Twanzebe for Shaw sub in the 67th. Sir, Shaw, hamstring injury. That's a tough one. Ole really pissed in the post-game about that. 82nd minute, double sub. We're going to coin them team money. They come on. They earn the big wages. Pogba, Cavani for Mata and Martial. Can they make an impact? Just a quick note. Martial, he comes off. What do you think of his performance? We haven't seen him in EPL in a little bit.
I think it was okay. It was not like vintage, super sharp, up to 100% Martial like we'd seen earlier in the year. He had that good chance in the first half. His hold of play was not bad, so it wasn't bad. But I think as he gets some games underneath him again, we'll see that Martial, fit and firing that we're used to.
Yeah, I also don't think the way we matched up against Everton, it was a game for Martial to really break him open, because he needs to be on the break or getting him behind. And I don't think we were set up. That's why you saw Bruno doing most of the damage, because Everton were well organized behind the ball, and then Bruno was able to find pockets of space and kind of get his game going. So I don't think we saw too much Martial, because he wasn't really the way that Everton played kind of nullified him. And then, sir, 95th minute, Wood, number 7, get his goal. I mean, you called it.
Chances to equalise for Everton. Both have gone begging, and now Manchester United can seal it at the last with Fernandes and with Cavani, who scores in red for the very first time. A Showbiz United goal from a Showbiz player, and a horrid week ends happily.
Sir, Patrice the Beast, he said, I love this game. Cavani, Bruno, I mean, looking at this, it's makes it so deceptive. You think he's going to shoot, and then at the last time lays it off. Cavani, great finish from number 7.
I'll tell you what, you want to know the difference between him and Falcao? Falcao would have just skied it, bro. He would have just skied it over the bar. Nice finish from Edinson. Nice layoff from Bruno. Good goal. That gives you the feel, sir, heading into the weekend. I'm glad you played Patrice, because that's how I feel right now.
No, yeah, sir. Look, onside. We're
Stays on. Right stays
now.
on.
Cavani, number 7, baby. Kill the game at the death, like United should be doing. It means a lot to the Uruguayan. You like to see him get on the mark. Team money, baby. They're earning those wages. Pogba came on, didn't, not gonna.
He wasn't. He looked okay. I thought that should have come on earlier. I thought I would have made that double sub in the 72nd minute.
Yeah,
because I thought they came on. They actually looked pretty good, because Pogba started bodying up fools.
Look, match reaction, stats wise, Everton 55% of the ball to Manchester United 45%, but the shots on target tell the story. Manchester United 5 to Everton's 1. Sir, I think we just dominated them. Got the best of the Toffees, like you said. They kind of are in form. When they got Bernardo, I mean, how good can they really be, sir? I don't even know the guy's name. Manchester United are just the 3rd team to win 3 consecutive league away games after conceding the first goal, after Leeds United and Tottenham Hotspur. Leeds in 1999 and Tottenham Hotspur in 2013. Digging for these stats here.
Not bad.
They've now won 17 Premier League away games at Goodison Park, the most victories for a visiting side at a specific venue in the competition. Both sides scored with their first shots on target this match, with Everton's goal in the 19th minute their only effort on target in the entire match. And that's saying something, when you look at DCL, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, playing for Everton,
And then it being like, a fairly open game in the second half, and us getting back into the game very shortly after they got the lead, and then taking the lead, and then just kind of like being very much in control. They had their chances, but the midfield shut them down. It was a team performance in terms of just playing as a unit. The same way we did against PSG with such an effectiveness, same way we did RB Leipzig. So it's when they play as a team like that, I think, they're a hell of a team.
Manchester United's first 2 goals in this match had 15 plus passes in the build-up. We talked about that team goal. You get scored on, great passing, didn't rush, and you had that Luke Shaw to Bruno Fernandes connect. Great stat there. Fernandes has had a hand in 15 Premier League goals in his 10 Premier League away matches, 10 goals, 5 assists. Stupid, sir. It's the most goal involvements a player has had in the first 10 games on the road in the competition, with only Kevin Phillips who scored as many. So Bruno Fernandes, he's setting records all across. I think it was like 33 in 30 games or something, involved in 33 goals in 30 games.
What a signing.
United, unbelievable. He's now scored 18 goals in all competitions for Manchester United, with his equalizing strike today, his first headed goal for the club, towering header for Bruno. A lot of penalties in there, but we'll take it. And Cavani, 33 years, 267 days, became the oldest player to score his first Premier League goal since Zlatan Ibrahimovic in August 2016.
I like that.
Sir.
I like that.
Zlatan was 34 years and 316 days. Sir, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, what a player.
He's still going, man.
No,
he's still going. Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable. He was such a hit at United, a fan favorite of ours. Hopefully Cavani scores some big goals to this club.
No, huge goal, sir. 6'5". You know what they say, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's a player. Man of the match, we had a poll out. Look, I think this one's pretty easy. I tweeted out just a handful of players. Bruno Fernandes, 79.5% of the vote. Fred, 18.7%. I put Lindelof there just for laughs, and Cavani. Lindelof got more votes than Cavani, 1.2%. Cavani, 0.6%. You got to put Cavani on there because this is his debut goal. He did kill it off. Who do you think, man of the match?
It's got to be Bruno. Bruno was lights out, getting both goals, assisting the third. He just you could see it. He was just fighting all over the pitch. We went down. He was running all over the place, getting the team up. He is a captain. He should be the captain. I hate to say it. I love Maguire. He had a great game today as well, but Bruno wears his heart in his sleeve. He's a Manchester United captain. He's Keane-esque, poor man's Keane, if you will, but he's got it.
Who gives better team talks, Harry Kane or Harry Maguire?
Sir Harry Maguire, bro.
Probably not that great. Bruno's probably good. For those who don't know what we're talking about, you got to watch Spurs All or Nothing documentary on Amazon. Those Harry Maguire, Harry Kane team talks are just absolutely a riot. Look, but sir, what do we know? Let's check in with the manager. I didn't get my man of the match, sir. My man of the match is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He was going to get fired.
That's true.
Lads fought for him. He got him right. And Ole kind of getting chirping the press. I love to see it. Let's check in with the press conference.
Well done today. First of all, tell us about the character that your players showed, particularly after suffering 2 defeats on the bounce and going a goal down so early in the game as well.
Very happy with the reaction to one, the week, to the goal that we conceded, and to the impossible kickoff time that we got handed today. How can you expect players to perform at the best of their ability when you set us up at 12:30 today? Absolute joke.
Ollie, obviously this isn't a new problem. Are you surprised that we're still seeing these kind of arrangements for teams that have been in European action in midweek?
Yeah, I am. Because how are these boys? How can we defend the product and the quality of the product? You can see first half today. I thought we were excellent. Playing with the ball, zip about us, movements, runs. Then second half, of course, we're tired. You can see Fred and Scott, because they didn't play during the weekend. They were during the week. They were fantastic all day long. But the rest tired. We've lost players through injury. And we've tried, of course, we tried before the game, or not a month ago or whatever it was, trying to move this game. Why? What what sense is there for us playing on a Saturday when you can play us on a Sunday, when there's no there's international break after? I cannot say enough how difficult these times are for everyone. Never mind footballers, everyone in the world. Of course, we want to see football. We want to see football with quality, and our boys were set up to fail today with the scheduling. So take a step back, breathe twice, and try to think about the times we're in.
I mean, Matt Ole, usually Ole Mr. Nice Guy, I think he's taking all the anger out on Ed Woodward on this scheduling. Look, it's a tough schedule, but there's something else in that.
I mean, I respect it. It's something about that, like you win a big game where your back's against the wall and you're like, what the fuck is this? It's like, I was in Turkey, bro, and you made it like the earliest game of the week. I mean, they could have put them Friday. That would have been an even bigger fuck you. But it is true. It's like, they don't give a shit about the players. They don't give a shit about the teams. They just care about like setting up TV, what makes sense. But I feel
4:30 a.m. I agree with him. I don't want to get up at 4:30.
But he's also like, we played in fucking Turkey, bro, on Wednesday. It's like, do the game on Sunday. There's no reason not to. He's right. Do it on Monday.
Look, it's because, like I said, if I gotta get the X-Files theme music,
money,
because it'd be like, we knew. Conspiracy, sir.
Cash, baby.
Ed Woodward's calling up the Premier League chiefs, trying to screw the schedule so he can try to get Ole fired to bring in Pochettino. I don't know what Pochettino did or what, dirt he's got on Ed Woodward for whatever reason. You got that feeling but when the cards are against you, sir, you're put on that blindfold, the back's against the wall, the firing squad's loading, Ole comes out. He always dips out, always finds a way. And you love to see the players fight for him. And who fought for him, sir? Bruno. That is what we need right now. And we're going to international break, key international break. Players need to rest. We got to assess our injuries, and we got to come back because we'll go through the fixture list. And if you thought it was busy in November, if you thought this podcast was busy, sir, December is going to be, that's where the rubber meets the road. Pod never sleeps. Pod.
It was busy. It is November, I think. October was busy, but now...
Sorry, yeah, you're right. I don't even know.
I don't even know what year it is.
I got up at 4:30.
Okay, we got up at 4. The game started at 4:30.
Sorry. We got up at 4. We watched the game. Now we're doing the pod right after that. So, maybe I need another coffee. I don't know. But either way...
You're right. There's a lot of games coming. Basically,
but I love it. I love it, sir. I love watching this club. A lot of matches. Got to back this team. There's gonna be highs. There's gonna be lows. Look, this Everton win isn't gonna be enough for people. I know it isn't. I've already seen a little bit on Twitter. There's prominent accounts still saying, not good enough, et cetera, et cetera. I agree. But in order to figure out if we're good enough, we need time. We don't know, right? We saw a great game against PSG. We've seen terrible form in the league. But you don't look at the table until December, sir. You just put a photo of the table in the agenda for me to look at. I thought we're not looking at the table. You want to answer why? You put the table here. You want to check in?
Because everybody's talking about the table. Everybody's talking like Southampton.
I'm not talking about the table.
Yeah, but I'm sick of the table, so I want to bring some context to the table. How tight it is.
You broke the rule.
I didn't break the rule.
No table.
I didn't break the rule.
You're not allowed to look at no table on the pod.
I didn't break the rule.
You broke the rule.
I didn't break the rule. I didn't buy a Bruno Fernandes jersey.
Sir, you know what you get for Christmas? A table.
A table. I got a table with us in top 4.
Exactly.
Running for
you
number
don't
1.
Look at the table until Christmas, until Santa delivers the table down your chimney. You don't look at it. And okay, you have it here. Explain yourself. Well, I broke the rule.
I'm just putting some context in. We're now at 10 points. We're only 6 points behind league leaders Southampton. So I'm just saying
that's why you don't look at it.
I just wanted to say everyone's freaking out that we're like, we're 15th. Yeah, we're still like, what are we, 14th? But we're only 6 points behind. So everyone just relax. There's a lot of games left. Doesn't really matter. Just like Southampton haven't won the league. Neither did Everton. And we haven't been relegated yet, or we haven't been finished in the bottom half. So just like let the games play out. And like you said, there's a shit ton of games coming, sir. Shit ton. As soon as we get back from international break, it's basically 2 a week until New Year's.
Sir, I am not sweating it at all because I don't look at the table, and it doesn't matter if we are 15th by Christmas. Ole will not be in this job. That is a fact. And if we're 15th by Christmas, then I will be upset about it.
It's not Christmas.
But right now, like you said, there aren't enough games. We also have a game in hand. There's a lot of things going on with this crazy fixture list. So let's see what happens in Champions League. Let's see what Santa brings us for Christmas. He's either bringing us, a brand new, I don't know, brand new Ferrari, or he's bringing us coal. So you never know. You never know what he's going to give us as a Manchester United fan. So our next match, we're going to jump into the sort of upcoming fixtures, I think is more important to look at these than actually where we stand in the table at the moment. Going to be West Brom Saturday, November 21st. So this is another international break. There is going to be some international action from Manchester United. We'll cover that shortly as well. But for the podcast, we will be getting you a special interview pod as well as a West Brom preview. So we'll do 2 pods over international break. We'll do an interview, and then we'll do a West Brom preview podcast with United history. We're continuing our United history segment covering after Newton Heath, the founding of Manchester United, the early years of Manchester United, first silverware, really the club won. We technically won the Manchester Cup as Newton Heath, but the league.
The Mangal, the first title, the first Premier League title.
It was not Premier League, but we'll get into that as
first
well.
First Division 1 title.
Yeah. No subs allowed. Love it. Hardcore. No subs allowed. Now we got 5 subs. We're getting soft here, but we'll be covering that as well. A little pod scheduling. We will try to get the interview. It depends on scheduling with our surprise guest. We'll let you know how that turns out. Surprise guest might ghost us. We'll figure it out from there, sir. It might just be you and me chirping some more. Let's get an international break as far as who's featuring for Manchester United. England, Dean Henderson, Harry Maguire, Marcus Rashford, all in Southgate's squad. They're going to be playing Republic of Ireland on the 12th of November, then Belgium and Iceland. So 3 games for the 3 Lions. Love to see Marcus Rashford, Harry Maguire. Greenwood with the snub. Apparently Foden got called up, but Greenwood no good.
I hope they all come up with fake injuries, bro, and get some rest. Because I don't want Harry Maguire playing any more games. I don't want Rashford playing any more games. And I don't want Mason playing any more games.
No, absolutely. And then Northern Ireland, Ethan Galbraith, he's going to be featuring. He's an under-21s player. Northern Ireland, shout out to him. Scott McTominay, Scotland, and then Wales, who will not be being coached by Ryan Giggs because, they're the dog. Dan James and Dylan Levitt will also be playing. Dylan Levitt, of course, is on loan at Charlton. But again, 7 internationals playing for Manchester United. That means a lot of players are going to be chilling, getting some rest. Fred, chilling like a villain. Back in Manchester.
Looking good, dude. Fred El Pastor just playing lights out at the moment. And you know who we need to get into form quickly? With Luke Shaw going down after having a terrific game. The Impossible Meat Pie just looking lights out today. It was really a bummer because he put in a great cross, great goal, and then went down. We need Tellus to get back into form quickly because we're going to need him.
Sir, tell us about Tellus.
Well, he's back in training with the lads. I think yesterday finally came back. Is allowed to train with the squad after clearing his coronavirus quarantine. So we're going to need him a left back. Twanzebe featured today for the injured Luke Shaw, but I think it's going to be Tellus as the preferred option going forward.
There was that photo of him going to Carrington where he looked rough.
Mean mugging,
so anyone
bro.
who doesn't take coronavirus seriously, look at the photo of Tellus. He's in better shape than all of us, and he looked pretty beat up. I think he'll be back. I think 2 weeks. You have a match. Again, his first match is probably not going to be that sharp. It took Pogba a few to kind of get back into it. So those are who's featuring international break. So if you're bored, you can watch that as well. The USA team is actually going to be playing a friendly against Wales. So you see Dan James versus the red, white, and blue. That might be interesting to watch as well. We'll talk about that schedule. Upcoming fixtures for Manchester United post-international break. So the reason why we say, why don't we look at the table until Christmas, sir? Why aren't we going to judge Ole until that amount of time? It's because there's a lot of matches, and you can pull. Ole can get streaky. He can go on a run. It could be totally a different story than where we are now. We got West Brom, 3 points in the bag. Istanbul at home, 3 points in the Champions League. We win that. We're still tied for top of the group. Then we got Southampton. They're in form, sir. That's probably the biggest one. Southampton away. What do you think of that match? They're kind of in form like Everton. Not really shouldn't be that hard to beat, but still a tough fixture.
No, they do. They look like they're playing very well at the moment. West Brom, yeah, you say easy 3 points. Istanbul, you say easy 3 points. What happened with Istanbul last time? Those are important wins.
Home. West Brom, home.
Istanbul, I know, but West Brom home don't matter shit with no fans, bro. So those are games that we got to be picking up points because it allows us to nose our way up in the league and put a real stranglehold on the group in the Champions League after not doing so last time we played Istanbul. Then the Southampton match, big one. Ings is playing really well. They're all playing really well. They have that Vestergaard, that massive, must be the tallest player in the league.
Norwegian center back. We should him and Harry.
He's so big. He's literally
two cavemen at the back, sir.
Ward-Prowse is playing lights out at the moment. And then we got PSG.
At home,
but huge match.
Then we got West Ham away.
Moyes.
RB Leipzig away, right? Then we got City at home, Derby, December 12th. Then Sheffield United midweek, December 15th. Leeds United, sir, another huge game. I mean, this one, circle your calendars, December 19th. So that's when you start doing midweek. You got midweek Champions League from end of November. Then as soon as midweek Champions League is done, then you go midweek EPL. So you get Leeds, then Everton EFL Cup, sir, the 23rd.
Put in Cavani. There you go.
Leicester away.
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. That's when you look at the table. And then you get Wolves. And then obviously we play on New Year's as well. That is an unbelievable fixture list. December, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches, 9 pods. Pod never sleeps.
9 times. 9 times. It's going to be, you're going to know whether Ole is the man or not. You're going to know whether this team is legit or not.
Exactly.
So
that's
just
what I'm saying.
wait. What's the rush to fire Ole? Just like get to Christmas. And maybe he's earned some presents from Woodward and Co. by then. Maybe he'll buy him a center back. I doubt it. We'll get our right wingers showing up. Amad Diallo is showing up in January. That's a gift.
Okay, we're 6 points off the top, like you said. What position do we need to be in for you to be happy, say, after the Leicester City game? Like, where do we need to be in the table? Do we need to be broken through top 4? Do we need to be within 3 points of top 4? What's an acceptable distance for Manchester United to be at, given we're going to be playing another 5-6 games in between?
I mean, at Christmas, there's still a lot of season left, but I would like to be within like a game or 2 of top 4. And like
2?
A game or 2, yes. So like 4 to 6 points within top 4.
Okay.
And then like in an ideal state, depending
so
on
we're
how...
going to be worse. We're 6 points off first today.
Yeah, I understand that, bro. But there's a lot of games to be had. And this league, the way the league is played out right now in terms of the points being so shuffled together is not going to be indicative of where it's at after we have twice as many games played. So... as long as we're within a game, ideally of top 4, and then like I wouldn't want to be worse than 10 points of number 1. But that depends on also number 1, right? If someone just goes on a tear and wins all their games, then it could be a big gap. I don't think it's going to happen because there's no runaway team. Liverpool doesn't look runaway without Van Dijk, so I think it's gonna. Dude, I still think this league is wide open. So if we stay in the fight, bro, there's no reason that we can't have a run.
I think what a lot of Manchester United fans are frustrated with when it comes to the Ole is that we need to be putting the stamp on things, not kind of being like, oh, I wish I was a game or 2 away from 4th place in the league. It's like, no, we got to be in top 4. Like my position is like, we need to like turn this car around, beat City, beat Southampton, like qualify for Champions League and be in top 4 with a sniff at the top of the table. I mean, we got to be in it, sir. And anything less than that, I agree when fans are whinging, because how many seasons of trying to get top 4 are we going to have before we realize that we may need a change at manager? Right, and this is after giving him time. And this is giving him time,
but you didn't make any of his signings, so you're not making a change. You're never going to win a title doing that. So if we fire Ole, bring in Pochettino, if we're way off the title, we're not going to win a title, bro. Pochettino's not winning a title at Manchester United with the Glazers and co running shit. So
but to be like. It's kind of like a midway point, like not technically, but like mentally, end of December, early January, not to be in top 4 and being like Manchester United trying to kick on to win a trophy, not sweating the battle for top 4,
Why is that a guarantee? That shouldn't be a guarantee based on the spend of this club, bro. It's like you would think so.
I look at that roster.
You look at this roster, but it's not played on a roster, bro. It's played like game after game after game, and you got to see how the season plays out, and that's why mid-season, like December, is not halfway,
you're an
but it's
Arsenal
close.
Fan. You're an Arsenal fan. I'm an
Arsenal fan. And you're a Scouser fan.
You're like, if I'm like, how dare you say that?
Well, stop calling me an Arsenal fan.
This guy,
you call me a Liverpool fan.
Okay, you want to hear it? Winding him up.
Seriously, tell me more about. I'm an Arsenal fan.
You think the bar for United is a game or 2 within top 4?
You think we should be winning a title with this dude?
We should be trying.
We spend less. Yeah, of course we should be trying.
We should be trying.
You're gonna fire manager because we're not like winning the title this year in January. You did say like we should be like.
I said, I believe my words were, I can understand that fans would be frustrated if this is just going to be a let's stretch to make top 4 season again, and how that might not, in my opinion, make sense for a club like Manchester United. It should be top 4 should be in the bag, and we should be kicking on. Hey, I understand if we can't win the league, but we should be trying to win the EFL, the FA Cup, Champions League, probably a little too far, but maybe a run to the semis like would be a win for me. But you can't be like trying to catch Everton and Chelsea and always behind and tripping up and not being consistent. I can see the frustration with certain fans. If you look at Twitter, even though we won today, people aren't happy. And I'm just trying to give a little bit of that perspective on the pod, sir. I might not believe it. I might want to give Ole more time. I might be a little more like you, be a little more flexible, say you got to be within a game of top 4 after this run. But I can see how some fans, they're getting frustrated. They just want to win, 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 baby.
I hear you, man. I want to win, 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 dude. I want to do we do a podcast? We break down every single game. I would love to win out, win leagues, go for multiple pieces of silverware. And we should be. This team is good enough that we should be in the hunt, certainly. And we should certainly pick up some silverware. But, we won today. Who's whinging? We beat Everton, who, everybody was, stroking their backs a couple weeks ago. And we beat them well. We put in a good performance. We're going to head into the window, still top of our group in the Champions League, and still, with plenty of games to go. Bye!
We're
Exactly.
buying, baby.
Dude, this team is good, baby. Come on. We're streaky as shit, and we're inconsistent as shit, but when they play well, this is the best United I've seen since Fergie left. Our highs are higher than any other manager we've had at this club.
Yeah, and we were talking about that this morning. It's just the consistency of those highs might not be good enough for the EPL, but I think it has to be better than we currently are. That's all I'll say. I'll leave it at that, sir. United in the news. I got you wound up, sir. Fired up on the podcast.
Edison got a goal. This guy's goading me. Who's not happy, bro? Who's not happy?
It's good entertainment, sir. Speaking of drama, Manchester United lower the asking price for Paul Pogba.
Who's trolling who?
Team money. United, obviously, we signed Pogba for around 105 million euro. Report claims the club have lowered the asking price around 60 million euros, maybe 50 million pounds. The current deal for Paul Pogba goes through 2022. He's not starting. Ole hasn't got the best of him. You back Ole, you probably need to sell Paul P. You can't sell him for that 150 pounds that you were kind of quoted for. Madrid won him. Could you do a cut price deal in January, sir, if he's not really going to be featuring for United? He's on big wages. We know the Glazers cash strapped. They could use 60 million, right? They only have 50 million on the balance sheet. They might need to sell him to raise money, and they get his wages off the books. What do you think of this rumor?
I think he's on the way outs anyway, right? That's probably why he hasn't signed a new deal yet. So I think it's highly likely that he could leave next summer. Probably doesn't feel like an Ole player. If you look at the type of player he wants, to high work rate. All about playing like a strong 11. He's a strong player, but we talked about today. He would fit in perfectly out of Real Madrid, where he doesn't have to quite work as hard, do as much, and he would be lights out, and he would score tons of goals, and everyone would talk about how great, how bad Ole and Manchester United were for not making the best of them, but maybe it's just not the right mix, because there's a lot of factors that go into making a player work at a certain club, personal, there's the team, there's all kinds of stuff, so it's hard to always have it fit. Maybe it just didn't work with Pogba, and he can be a success elsewhere, and we can have success here.
I will say, he did work really hard in a midfield too to win the World Cup with France. And that's something that, maybe he's not willing to do that role week in, week out at Manchester United. We'll never know. But again, I think the financial pressure at Manchester United, might push us to sell him if Real Madrid are interested in that type of a fee. And he's not featuring for Ole. I think that the deal might get done, and it could be done as soon as January. I like Paul Pogba. We're better with Paul Pogba. We need to get him in the team. We need to get him playing 110%. And for some reason, we haven't seen it. And that's frustrating for me because, like you said, as soon as you sell him, he'll go play lights out for Real Madrid. And, it's just one of those things where earning a lot of money. I don't know what it is about Paul P. It's hard to get the best out of him. But when Ole first came in, we saw the best Paul Pogba. He's scoring goals. Box to box, look great, and I haven't seen that in a long, long time.
It's been a consistency issue. The same thing we've had with this team has been plagued basically everyone but Bruno Fernandes. He's been the most consistent player that's played under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So Pogba has suffered that as well. He has been inconsistent. And is that the difference between being a world-class player and being a really good player? He is a standout, and he is world-class when he plays it. But he isn't world-class week in, week out. This Manchester United team is not a world-class team, but I don't know, sir. There's going to be a lot of talk no matter what if he leaves Manchester United about, what coulda, shoulda, woulda been with Paul Pogba.
And also, this kind of falls into the same, Ed Woodward buy high, sell low strategy. This kind of is wheelhouse for Ed Woodward. You buy a Pogba for a lot of money, you sell him for cheap. I mean, that's kind of what Ed Woodward does. That's how he.
I'd believe it.
That's how he was able to get to the heights of running a great club like Manchester United. You pay a lot for things, you sell them for nothing. Next bit of news. Sir Alex Ferguson once left Cristiano Ronaldo in tears after brutal hairdryer treatment. Apparently, from Guillaume Balag's book, I can't pronounce that name, so, it might be French, called Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a book about his life. In a Benfica game, essentially in the dressing room, Sir Alex Ferguson took a shot, like really tore into Ronaldo. He said, trying to play by yourself, you'll never be a player if you do this. Ronaldo began to cry, and the other players let him be. Sir Alex Ferguson, you want to talk about mentality? I don't think Ole's having goes. I don't think Ole's making players cry. And that's maybe the intensity that it takes that type of intensity to win that many titles, sir. You know, Sir Alex Ferguson, he was very tough in the locker room.
No, he was. And he knew when to dispense it. You know, he knew who can handle it. He knew who couldn't handle it. And often he probably wanted to see what Cristiano was made of. So he pushed him. And then look what kind of player came out of Manchester, right? This like absolute phenom beast.
Yep.
And there's got to be some credit given to Alex Ferguson and just pushing him and showing him what kind of elite mentality you need to be a winner like Fergie was. And Ronaldo's a winner like Fergie. You know, they're in the same boat. They're elite, best, arguably like the greatest of all times in what they did. So it's just that kind of like headspace where you just never stop, bro. He just like literally, like he's like on his boat, summer vacation, just doing leg lifts and just never stops.
Well, this was the time in his career where it was just kind of like, hey, the tricks are good, but we got to win the game, you know? And I think Rio Ferdinand, a similar quote, Ronaldo needed to learn. That was the message from the team, not just from Ferguson. Everyone thought he needed to learn the diving, too many tricks. And then, like you said, iron strengthens iron, sir.
Sir, like I said, and it's true. It's just, you push people to that limit, they're going to get better and better. So Ronaldo, you think he can still come back? I think he's going to go to MLS and score like 200 goals over like 6-7 years.
It'll be insane. Next bit of news. We just talked about him playing for Northern Ireland. Manchester United midfielder Ethan Galbraith signs a new long-term contract with Manchester United. Galbraith is another product of the club's outstanding academy. The deal will keep him at United through June 2023 with the option to extend a further year. If you don't know Ethan Galbraith, you probably should. Similar to a Garner, a good midfielder, can play a long pass, or maybe an heir apparent to McTominay, or playing in that CDM role. For the U23s, we've seen him drop in between the center backs, take the ball out. Looks to be good at, like, not quite the size of McTominay, more like a Fred, smaller player. Obviously, he's young, he can grow. But on the ball, he looks really sharp. Definitely recommend checking out some Galbraith highlights. You just got to put up with that emo intro and the music.
Which is standard practice at this point. Galbraith did feature a little bit for the first team earlier in the season, or maybe it was during our preseason, but looks a player. Just needs minutes, needs to get himself alone probably, just like Jimmy Garner's doing. So we got a solid academy at the moment, sir. It seems getting better and better.
The one thing this club is just killing it at is the academy. Fan questions, sir. Thank you for all the cheeky banner on Twitter. We really appreciate it. We know everyone's up early. Shout out to everyone who just gets up early, watch this club. Also knowing that, this Everton game, sir, you get up at, 4:30 in the morning. It could go south. You get 4:30 a.m., tough pod, tough match, but it goes the other way. United get the win. At Sarah J. The Thigh, quote, "Yo, Bruno, that man giving up a hat trick to let Cavani score." What a tweet.
It's a captain performance. You saw Cavani shouting for it, screaming for the ball. I'm glad he was onside. It was a great finish from him, but just an unbelievable performance. Arguably one of Bruno's finest performances at Manchester United was today.
You know what? I got to say, shout out to all the American Red Devils, because, you look at our fans, it's like on Twitter, the community we're building, there isn't a lick of negativity, sir. I mean, it's frustration at times, but, true fans, they back this club, and you love to see it. Next tweet here, at Bike Stro on Twitter, quote, "Good to see a win. Let's hope they can build some consistency on this. Fred was brilliant today, was all over the pitch, sir."
He's a player. He certainly plays up to his game under Ole. Him and McTominay, I mean, it's like you can't beat the work rate. They're solid players. They know how to put a pass together when they're playing confidently, and they seem to play confidently together, especially behind Bruno Fernandes.
Absolutely. And at Burkett Mets, quote, as I said midweek, breathe. The gauntlet of the last 7 games saw the lads win 4, draw 1, lose 2. If you had told us before that run, we all would have taken it after how we started the season. Get the lads a rest over international break, and then we go again. Hashtag glory, glory, Man United.
It's true. I mean, everyone needs to chill out. That's the problem is, like, it's hard because it's like week after week after week and game after game. You want to make a reaction and you want to basically surmise the whole season after one game. This season's 60 games, right? More, maybe. I don't even know how many it is between league, cups, and it depends how far we go. But chill out. We got a lot left to go.
I would call him Sensei Burkett Mets, meditating on top of that mountain. He's just saying, everyone, just breathe. Focus on your breathing routine, sir. You know, it's all good. Season only just begun. At Charlie_Ferris, shout out to Charlie, Patreon supporter. Quote, once again, lads respond when boss is back against the wall. We have to find consistency. I think it starts with keeping the same formation and settling on a lineup. Fred and McSauce pivot with Bruno at 10. Our best setup. Bruno MVP today. Worth getting up at ass crack of dawn. Shout out to Charlie. I know it. Get that coffee.
It is worth it. I tell you what, it's like if they had folded like a wet noodle, lost 4-0, and we were just talking about Poch all international break, it's a lot more fun to just get a win against a team that everyone is puffing up in the league in a resounding way.
At T. Zolski, quote, much needed win in 3 points. Looks like Ole got the tactics and lineup right for the most part today. Bruno better be in Ole's will. Nice to see Fred and McSauce put in a shift today. Hopefully we can build on this and go on a run after the break. The number 7 jinx is over for now. Hashtag glory, glory, Man United. Looking at anyone who got that Cavani 7, sir.
First of many, I hope, for the Uruguayan. It was a good goal. Nice finish from him. I think he's got some to contribute, other than his leadership skills that we've heard about. Hopefully he can put some goals. Surpass both Falcao and Alexis Sanchez just this season.
At Dave Pause on Twitter, quote, for me, Fred was excellent again. I know Bruno will get all the plaudits, but Fred covered every blade of grass. I think shout out to Fred. A lot of people talking about how well Fred did. At CJ Saz on Twitter, great fan contributor, www.americanreddevils.com. You can check out his blog articles. Excellent. Cheeky bit of banter from CJ. Quote, Ole, whenever his job is under pressure with a photo of Sir Alex, it's true. He pulls it out. The players always fight for him. That's what you want to see. And at BryGuy666, quote, happy with the win. I just wish the lads would show up more consistently for Ole. Bruno giving up his hat trick so Cavani could get his goal was class. Can y'all play Ole's at the wheel for all the haters on the pod? Thank you, sirs. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag Woodward out. Hashtag MUFC. We might be able to do that, but we already have everything teed up.
No, I can't.
And, as we say on the pod, sir.
We lost last time we did.
We're doing it live. We're doing it live. And, once you start messing with the computer, this guy breaks the computer. I got to come fix the computer. Then this episode might not even get out if we try to do that.
I think last time we played it, we lost to Istanbul the next game. So I think we should keep the kicking a blue going while it's hot. We did kick a blue today with Everton.
We're superstitious. You kick a blue. Is he at the wheel? Is he at the wheel? All right, he's at the wheel. All right, let's go.
He's not quite at the wheel yet. You're still kicking a blue.
Yeah, but he's at the wheel. It doesn't get better than that.
I'll tell you.
It doesn't get better. I'll tell you. At you, Bosun, quote, Bruno. When he plays like that, we win. I thought both captains played well. Harry was a rock at the back. Honorary mention for Cavani and Pastore. The ref had a bit of a nightmare, but we will take the W. Players can go on international break feeling good. I think that's critical, right? We got the break. We got to break. Imagine this, a big loss here going into break. The rags, the press.
We had it. The Spurs game. It was like that. It was like the end of the world.
Like,
they would have thought we finished 11th last year. They missed out in Europa League. It's like they did. They freaked.
This run, the whole Ole's gonna get the sack, and then the whole international break, everyone would be talking about that. So there is never a better time to lose. It's also never a better time to kind of kill the bad juju, which I think we did. Rest up and come out, and I really think it's setting up well. But it's gonna be a tough run in December, and that is what should determine Ole's future at this club. He needs time. At Wookin Pod Nub 80, quote, the Ole coaster continues on. I like that. That's new. But if it's not followed by a consistent string of solid performances, nothing is really changing. So that's the viewpoint I was trying to say. Is like consistency. We need more of it. We need to be chipping up that table, not back down it. And last tweet at Mauger Heath, Quote, looks like the Ole Out crew will be crying into their light beers again. Here's a novel idea. Support the fucking manager. I mean, look, you got everything in between. You always got to back the manager at Manchester United. It's up to Ed Woodward, the Muppet, to fire him. No one should be rooting against this club. I think that's kind of the vibe you can get online these days. But we have a great group of players. We should be doing great things with them. We need to be setting our sights higher. Sir, like you said, like we talked about earlier, we can argue about the standards of where we should be. But Manchester United, we should be winning, need to be lifting those trophies. And I hope this year we'll be popping some champagne, lifting an EFL Cup. What do you say?
I certainly hope so. You can't forget it. I mean, you get reminded every day, every morning, every time you watch a game. It's United against the world. And I like this pod as like a small faction, rebel unit just fighting the good fight, even against our overlords, the Glazers, just sucking the blood out of this beautiful club. We got it. We got each other's backs. We can only back each other. We have to back each other. We have to back the manager. We got no other choice. We have no other choice.
Exactly. Who else will?
Who else we got? You think anyone else is going to stand up for us, support us? No. This club is the shit, and we know that, and you have to own it every day and just say, we're a Manchester United fan. You're a Manchester United fan? Fuck you. Piss off.
20 times,
exactly.
Sir. 20 goddamn times. And speaking of 20 times, you can get the greatest of English football, we want it all scarf at www.americanreddevils.com. You click on store. It has every trophy Manchester United has won in its history, sir. Took a while to fit them all on there. And yes, we have all those 20 EPL titles, and you can drape yourself in that rich history. Check it out. Click on store. So we also got the Glazers Out scarves, $9.99, hoodies. We got our new logo coming in. We ordered some stickers. We'll be having some merch with our new logo. Shout out to everyone who gave us compliments on that. Shout out to Stanley Chow, who designed it. If you like Stanley Chow's work, you can check out his website. Just Google him, Stanley Chow. He's got a print shop. He's got prints of Bruno, Cantona, and the rest. He did our caricatures. Alex wearing the zebra. I'm wearing the classic red. He gave me a ponytail. I don't have a ponytail. But because of COVID, I got like the poor man's Gareth Bale, sir. I had long hair. I was going to cut it, and then COVID happened, and now it's just in a pony. It's kind of in a bun. So
Cavani's your spirit animal. He's got a pretty sweet ponytail.
How dare you?
He's looking good in that zebra kit. He did give me the zebra kit, so we appreciate Stan Chow.
That's appropriate because you're like a big Chevrolet guy. I'm like the big
Chevrolet.
Big,
I got my Chevy
Silverado in the
yeah. Well, yeah, I got my Silverado parked out front.
Yeah, so look.
Like a rock.
Support the podcast, Patreon, revamping that page. We'll be getting some exclusive content there. As always, the pod is free. Support us, sir. Support us, sirs. I will say, calling everyone sir. We say it quite a bit, but we love this club, love this game. Pod's going nowhere, sir. My voice is going right now. I'm going to have to get some herbal teas for that 9-match run in December so I don't lose my voice here on this podcast.
Sir, we need the international break like the players need the international break. We need to rest our loins. We got a lot of games coming. We need to eat well, get some exercise because we got, like I said before, a gauntlet of games coming. But can't wait, and we're going to be with you every step of the way, bringing hot banner. Appreciate all our fans out there. United against the world, guys. No other way we'd like it.
Yeah, we're going to try to get 2 pods out international break. We'll keep posted on Twitter if there's any updates there. Sir, it's been a hell of a week for downloads. Give us our top 10 cities last 7 days.
Sir, number 1, how you doing? Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Number 2, Gimpo, Korea. Number 3, Columbus, Ohio. Number 4, Oslo, Norway. Stavanger, Norway. Number 5, Alexandria, Virginia. Lee Summit, Missouri. Chicago, Illinois. LA, California. And last but not least, Hotlanta, Georgia. Appreciate all the downloads. Appreciate all the American Red Devils around the world. Listen in, listen out. And boys and girls, we got a win headed into national break. Beating Everton 3-1.
3 points. Never been a better time to beat Everton, sir. Never been a better time for a big win like that. We got Dallas, Texas, Denver, Missouri, Toms River, New Jersey, sir. A Norway big listener. Shout out to Norway, the Shire. Love it. Look, that's the Ole vibes coming in here in Norway, sir. I mean, you absolutely love all the fans around the world. We appreciate you. Everyone rest up. International break, sir. As always,
we're kicking a blue.
Kick it